Hello everyone, this is Japa with your day and my name is Bimbo. For those who are just meeting us for the first time, Japa with your day is a channel where you can get relevant and important information on how you can Japa or relocate to Portugal. And today I'll be bringing you information on the general standard of living in Portugal. Now, the general standard of living in Portugal is very comfortable and very low. And this also depends on the cities with which you are applying for admission to. For instance, if you are applying for admission to the University of Porto, life in that place cannot be compared to those who are staying in Braga, Villarreal, Aveiro, Faro, among other remote cities. So, and of course, University of Lisbon also, which is the capital, things are a little on the high side in that place. Just like for those who are staying in Lagos and for those who are staying in Ibadan or Osun, life in those cities or in those states cannot be compared to each other. However, depending on your depth of information, you can still get something very comfortable that at least meets your budget. As an example, in Portugal, you can get a shared accommodation. A shared accommodation is like a rented apartment, like 3 to 4 bedroom flat, where everybody pick their room, share the kitchen and the toilet together, and they, at the end of the day, at the end of the month, contribute to pay the bills. So in a shared apartment, you can get as low as 140 euro a month shared apartment without bill, and depending on the season, you at least just budget about 30 to 40 euro. When I came in, I was paying about 140 euro in the shared apartment, and in the summer I paid about 18 euro as bill, 15 euro as bill. Then in the winter the bill shoots up because we dwell more on hot water during the winter season, so we pay as high as 30 to 35 euro a month. So this is for shared apartment, and of course, if you can afford your own apartment where you can get a self-contained, what we call T0 in this place, or you get a T1 apartment, what we call in Nigeria a room and parlor self-contained. So of course, you can budget about maybe 400 to 500 euros a month without bills. So, and of course, you'll be able to manage your bill in your own apartment. So, but of course, this is not really very advisable for students who want to come in at well, except you are from a very well, I mean, you are from a well-to-do family. Once you have an admission and and you have decided on the school that you want to go to, ensure to have a contact person in that school, preferably in Nigerian, who will be able to give you relevant information and help you to be able to integrate perfectly in the system. This is very essential. Don't travel to a country where you do not have someone that is feeding you information on real time there. You will find it very difficult to integrate in that kind of environment. So you can get this kind of contact person at your international student office in your school. Once you contact them, that please, can I get a Nigerian contact person in your school, so or in your faculty rather. This person will be able to give you all the information. You can ask all your questions, accommodation and everything that will help your life by the time you move or relocate to Portugal. Now, and when you get this contact person, try as much as possible to be real with that person. Don't try and be forming unnecessary shakara, like my people always say. You don't need it. You need to be real with that person so that you'll be able to get real information. That important information is there are jobs in Portugal, because I always hear that people complain that there are no jobs in Portugal. That is why a lot of people are running to the UK, running to Canada, running to the US. Hello, there are jobs in Portugal. This depends on your level of research and the level of skills and capacity that you have. For instance, when I was planning this process in 2019, the first contact person that was sent to me says that there's no job in Portugal, and in fact, after his coursework, he is a PhD student. After his coursework, he has run away to Canada. Another person said UK. Another person said they have run away to US. I'm like, okay, what's going on? So I got another contact person. That contact person said, my brother, there are jobs in Portugal for some people don't search or they don't even know how to search for jobs in Portugal. They just assume that because it's a Portuguese speaking country, there are no jobs for English speakers. My brother, there are jobs for English speakers. In fact, there are many jobs for English speakers now in Portugal. After my about 7 months of coursework, the following month I was able to get a customer service job which I was managing for a time before I changed jobs. So there are jobs in Portugal. So don't allow anybody deceive you. And of course, in my subsequent video, I'll be addressing different opportunities in terms of jobs that you can get and apply for work visa. I'll be addressing these jobs opportunities in my subsequent videos in details. Now, when you have this admission, you can apply to the university hostel on time. However, if you are unable to, if the university hostel is telling you that they don't have space in their in their hostel, tell them to put you on the waiting list. What that means is by the time somebody leaves the hostel for one reason or the other, you will be contacted to replace such a person. It happened to me when I contacted my school. They told me, there are no space in the university hostel. And I think about 2 to 3 months after, I was contacted that, there are now space. So are you interested? Between in 48 hours, you must signify interest if you want this space. If not, they give it to another person. So tell them to put you on the waiting list so that when there is space in the university hostel, you'll be able to apply. Now, the reason I mentioned that is because university hostels and the fee you pay at the university hostel are very, very cheap compared to what you pay outside. In fact, when you are in a shared apartment, sometimes you are always ensuring that you are not living with people that will be, wasting water, wasting the resources that you guys are sharing together in the shared apartment. Because at the end of the day, the bills will be on top of all of it. But at the university hostel, you don't care. Once you pay the bills that is charged to you, the university takes care of the rest of everything. So now another important thing is language. How do you learn language? Now, the government of Portugal has made language learning very, very comfortable for everyone because, of course, the second language in Portugal is English. But how will you be able to integrate? Because generally, about 70 to 80% of their youth understand English. But if you are communicating with the older ones, when you go to restaurants, etc., or supermarket, they don't understand Portuguese. So sometimes we use Google Translate to speak with these people. But from your integration system, you can, of course, try to learn the basics greetings like good morning, bom dia, good afternoon, boa tarde, good evening, boa noite, etc. So you can start learning the basic greetings, good morning, and all of those things. So, however, if you want to learn this language on a good note, you can apply during May and June, depending on the city that you are. You just need to find this information depending on the city that you are. The government makes sure that language learning is free for all international applicants, and it is free. And at some point, the government takes care of your transportation to the center where you are going to learn this language. So, and of course, they also pay some amount of money when you finish this program, when you finish this course. And I think the course takes about 6 to 7 months. It usually starts in September of every year and ends in April or May of the following year. So the certificate that will be issued to you is very, very important by the time you want to apply for your permanent residence or citizenship. So this is general standard of living in Portugal. So till I come your way next time, follow, like, and subscribe to this channel so that by the time we drop our weekly video, you will be the first person to get notified of the information that we are sharing in those videos. Of course, weekly, we will try as much as possible to drop all this information weekly. Thank you very much. Like and subscribe to our channel. Bye bye.